I just got dumped by one of my best friends of 5 years. Now, let me give you some context. Me and this bitch have been friends for 5.5 years. I was about 17, she was about 20. We worked together. This is how we met. When I tell y'all that she has been the one person who has stuck by me through a lot of traumatizing shit that I've been through the past few years, I genuinely mean this. Fucking obviously, we've created a really good bond with each other. We've gotten really fucking close. When I tell you we talk to each other every single day for the past 5 years, I mean that. She's 26 now. I'm about to be 23. And in our whole time of being friends, I have been through a few different relationships and people and blah blah blah. You get it. She just got in her first relationship, and I'm not one to judge. Like, I'm not gonna judge her for that. I've never judged her for that. I'm happy for her. But bitch, I'm about to lose my mind. She just met this girl on Tinder not even a full year ago. I don't think it's even been 6 months yet. And since they've gotten serious, I've kind of noticed her distancing herself from me. We barely fucking talk anymore. I don't really think much of it because I get it. Like, we both have our own lives. We're both busy. I don't respond right away. Sometimes I'll leave the bitch undelivered for a day because I'm fucking tired and I'm busy. I don't feel like responding. But it's just out of the ordinary for her to be leaving me undelivered for 2+ days at a time, leaving me on open mid-conversation for a week. Like, that's crazy. Now, we have zero attraction towards each other. Never, ever, ever has our friendship been more than simply just friends. But there was this one time at a party where we did end up kissing because we were drunk as fuck and we were literally making out with everybody. And this was literally years ago. It happened once and it literally never happened again. Made out with multiple people that night. I made out with multiple people that night. We both made out with this gay dude. Like, do you see how unserious that night was? So because of that, her insecure ass girlfriend, who has never even fucking met me, is uncomfortable with me being friends with her, so she's no longer going to be my friend. And you know, part of me, when I saw that message, did not give a fuck. And let me tell you what, go to part 2.
Here's some things that my ex did and I still stay. First, he killed my cat. Like, he ran over my cat. He said it was an accident, but I have a Ring doorbell. Honey, that weren't no accident. But I didn't want to accuse him of nothing, so I just left it. Second one, when I told him my uncle died, he laughed in my face. He just said he just was, like, awkward with emotions. I was just like, alright. Like, I do understand sometimes that is people's reaction to, like, that type of deep stuff. He thought my mama was good looking. Like, he told me that to my face. Like, he was like, your mom's real good looking. And he said that he wishes I had got my mom's gene. He said I was built like Abby Lee. Yeah. There was a video of him going around kissing a guy, like, when we were together. That was like, he had gone to a party a few days that he didn't tell me about. Like, he told me after, but he didn't tell me when he was going. And then there was a video of him at that party kissing a boy. Okay. Yeah, that one was a little controversial. And people in my town were like, you're still with him? Because everyone thought he was gay. And I'm honestly pretty sure he is. Or at least bisexual.
Get ready with me while we talk about all of the homecoming drama. And trust me, there is a lot to talk about. So you really want to stay for this video today. And of course we need my bestie Damien. Because he was also a nominee. Or in the court, whatever you want to say. My camera's so dirty. Anyway. Let's talk about it.
Relax.
The first thing I really want to get out of the way, like, I hate that people are literally bringing it up, is the thing I wore. As in jeans and a shirt. A bleaching tone. Okay, let me stop. Okay, but like, for real, guys, I was told the day of that I was even a nominee. So, like, I had no time to even go pick out whatever I wanted to wear. Like, this was a really short notice type of thing. She even told me and the other 4 boys not to even dress up. She said it's not that big of a deal because it was literally, like, the day before the homecoming game. So that's literally why I wore jeans and a shirt. Like, I didn't know I was going to be the king. Well. Okay, let me stop. Like I was saying, none of the other boys even dressed up either. If anything, they were in basketball shorts and a t-shirt. So if anything, I stepped it up. But literally only the girls dressed up because they knew ahead of time. But with the boys, it's literally like you had less than a day to go get whatever you wanted. But they told us not even to dress up, so like, what's the point? And it's not like we had this huge, big announcement. It was literally at a pep rally. Like, come on. I don't know why y'all care so much. I just had people being like, oh, you could have gone after school to go get something to wear. But like, if I knew I wasn't even going to the homecoming dance, why would I waste so much money on something that would wear for a few hours? Let me look on my list what we're going to talk about next. Oh, shit talking, like, own up to it. It's about Miss... Well, first of all, I want to say how, like, if you don't know me, don't talk about me. Like, I've never heard your name, Miss Girl, and you're over here talking about me. The specific thing she said was, why are they even running for king? They should be running for queen if they're gay. Girl.
Oh!
Ooh! Clock that tea, honey.
Clock it, baby.
The hell she on? I didn't even know who you were. I had to look you up. But since you were talking about me, you already knew about me, baby. And then right after, she was trying to act the victim. Honey, how are you the victim in this situation? I'm not going to go full in detail into that little situation because I literally don't give a fuck. I could be the last person on earth to give a fuck. If you're talking shit and you get caught, own up to it and move on. Next thing I really want to talk about, and I am going to get into detail, is the revote situation. You cannot care that much. Writing revote on your car and then going to homecoming when I'm not there is so obsessive behavior. But like, let's be real. If I revote, I'd win again. I won the first time, I'm gonna win again. While I let my concealer dry down for a little bit, I'm going to be showing you pictures and videos that people have been sending me all weekend. This one I got just yesterday, honey. It literally says, revote, revote. You really wasted some marker on your own car that now you have to go and wash off because you wrote revote for me.
Love you.
Love you too. Like, what? Make it make sense. Let me show you another one. This is one I got the day of homecoming dance. Tell me why there was hella cars with revote on them. Honey, I'm not even there. I don't give a fuck. And like I said, revote, but I'll win again. If you're gonna put revote on a car to try to be like, you know, offensive, put it on a Camaro or something. Like, here is that van. Your van. Go ahead and wipe that off and go clean the car. In a minute, we're gonna post for the thumbnail on my video, okay? Okay, let's post for the thumbnail. Let's act shocked. Okay, perfect. I have really got to find a place for my crown. Okay, so I don't know if this is the same for y'all school, but Snapchat has this feature where you can like join your class. Like 2025, whatever. And when I tell you those stories were going mad, you would go through it and all it said is revote, 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 revote. Now let me show you this video of the football players going crazy after they found out I won. You can literally see them right here booing. Like, you see him with the finger? Girl, you was mad I actually won something because... And these are just some of the screenshots I took a picture of. Like, you know, revote, revote, revote. Like, what? Revote. What does it say? Revote, this is rigged. This ain't rigged, honey. I just won. And not to mention, I know the group chats are going so mad right now because one of my friends at the homecoming game mentioned that there was hella group chats talking about us. Like, okay, it's like a fan club. Thanks. Okay, and that's all I have to say for now, but I will be updating you guys literally tomorrow to see if there's anything else. But I just want to say thank you to all the haters who are boosting my ego.
So I ran into my ex today, but not just any ex, my ex-husband. And before you bitches get to asking questions, this is my ex from kindergarten. You know that thing where the little boy proposes to the girl with a ring pop? That's what happened to me. We had a whole fucking ceremony with my whole kindergarten class. It was real serious at the time. But then a bitch moved away and that was the end of our love story. Tragic, I know. Anyways, I decided to go to Starbucks today because I'm obsessed with that pumpkin cream chai latte. It's literally my shit. And it was pretty busy, so I sat my ass at a fucking table to wait for my drink. While I was waiting, this guy comes up to me and we start talking and the vibes were there. So of course he asked me for my Instagram, but then the barista calls my name and I was kind of in a hurry. So I just had him give me his Instagram really quick and I was gonna add him back later. He gives me his Instagram and it's really fucking basic. It's just his first name underscore his last name. And I'm looking at this fucking name, right? And I'm like, I know this name from somewhere. It's ringing a fucking bell. Why is it so familiar? But I have to go, so I can't really think about it too much. So later on when I add him time back, I get to thinking about it again. Then it fucking clicks and I'm like, oh my God, this is my ex-husband. But then I started gaslighting myself and I was like, well, it's a pretty basic last name. Like, maybe it's just a coincidence. Until I fucking asked him what elementary school he went to. And it was the same one that I went to. And at this point, I'm like, this gotta be him. But to really make sure, I asked him, do you remember the kindergarten teacher's name? And of course, this man fucking said no, because that shit was hella long ago. Why would we remember that? Oh, I did. But he didn't. So then I start asking him other questions like, do you remember anybody in the class? Like, da-da-da. And he kind of gets weirded out and he's like, why are you asking me all these questions? And I'm like, oh, fuck, sorry. I think we went to the same kindergarten class, but I don't know. So then he was like, I can ask my mom, because I guess she had a picture of the whole kindergarten class, like a group picture with our names and the teacher. So he asked his mom for the fucking picture. My name was in there, his name was in there, and the teacher's name was in there. So I was like, you're my husband. And he texted me back like, what are the fucking odds we run into each other 19 years later on a fluke? And I'm like, you're telling me? But there's still one question remaining. We never got a divorce, so is this really my ex-husband? Or were we just on a really long break? I don't know. Y'all let me know. I'm just a girl. Anyways, the makeup seating.
Get ready with me while I tell you about my fucking batshit roommate. So I got randomly assigned this girl at my university. We had a choice to like choose someone, but I have no friends. So I chose this girl like randomly. So at my move-in day, like at my school, there's like a whole week you can pick your move-in days from. And hers was like a few days before mine. So I show up literally with my whole family, including my grandma. And she's having like a threesome Eiffel Tower on my bed. Sorry, I don't mean to laugh. This is like a serious matter, but like how fucking unbelievable. So like after that, my parents wanted me to get a new roommate, but I told them like, you can't just switch your roommate like right away. Like that's not how it works. So I just wanted to see like how it'd work out, because I know it's like a lengthy process to switch, but it's only gotten worser. So like the second day of classes, I decided like I was gonna take a shower before my class because whatever. And as I'm in there, like she starts pounding on the bathroom door and I'm like, what, like, is everything okay? And she doesn't answer. Instead, she starts fucking clawing on the door, literally like. And so I just started ignoring it because like I'm in the shower. Like, what do you expect me to do? Like, mind you, I'd only been in there for like maybe 2 minutes. So when I come out, like literally 5 minutes later, she squatted over our sink that's right here, shitting in it. Like, I cannot make this up. I asked her like, what are you doing? And then she like got really upset and she was like, what do you expect me to do? Like, you were hogging the bathroom. And I'm like, girl, like I was literally in there for like maybe 10 minutes max showering. And then wait for this. So she got really upset by my comment and she started like grabbing the shit. I'm so sorry. Like, I'm appalled. Grabbing the shit and fucking throwing it at me. And then when she was done with her little temper tantrum, like there's obviously shit clogging the drain. So she literally tried using her foot to like shove it down the drain. Then the next thing that happened, like you guys will not even believe. I went to go get ready for a tailgate one day, and the outfit I was wearing, like it was like a dress and I needed like underwear underneath. And I went and like literally there was like 2 pairs of underwear left and they were all like my really ugly ones. So I asked her like, hey, like have you been borrowing my underwear? Cause like where did they go? This girl tells me like, oh yeah, they're just in my bed. I'm like, wait, what do you mean, like in your bed? I unveil the sheets and there's a pile of my underwear like under her sheets. I asked her like, why do you have my underwear under your sheets? And like that's also not okay with me. And she literally said like, oh, I just want to get to know you better. Like, what does that even mean? I actually came home earlier than I said I would one day and she was sucking on my underwear. Like, I cannot make this up. Like, what is this girl? So then I like told her I was thinking like maybe we weren't the most compatible. And she told me that if I switched out her roommate, she would murder me. So I'm kind of like at a loss for what to do. I feel like I'm honestly kind of just like stuck in this situation. I've tried to like become closer with her by like going out with her and like doing activities together, but it like really hasn't worked out in my favor. Like I invited her to club with me yesterday and she said no, but she was like, I can't make it because I'm busy, but if you want to join my threesome tomorrow, like, you're more than welcome to. Girl, that's not fucking equivalent. Like, why? Like, what? Like, where are we getting this from? So yeah, I'm kind of at a loss for what to do. And like, when she has these like sex parties, like, they're in our fucking dorm, I will come home from a class and like walk in on it every single, like, not every day, but like at least a few times a week. And one time I told her like, hey, I'm not really comfortable with like this taking place in my room. Guess what? My mattress was moved out of my room. But the reason I'm posting this is like, she did something this morning that was like absolutely unbelievable. I told her like, look, like, you need to stop having like all these people over to fuck in our dorm. And she just like really like did not take it well. I went to go take a shower. I guess everything bad happens when I'm in the shower, and I came out and my bed was covered in fucking pee. My roommate peed on my bed. Literally not even clickbait. So I feel like really trapped, like in between the death threats and that, like I feel like her pissing on my bed shows me like she's really serious about what she said. So yeah, let me know if you guys have been in a similar situation, and I'm gonna finish getting ready off camera because I've really told like all there is to tell, and then I'll come back on. Oh, and like one final comment, as like, so we can lease apartments next year if we want to, and like that's definitely something I'm interested in. And she asked if I wanted to lease with her. And my concern is like, if I say like I don't want to lease with you, like, is she gonna fucking murder me or like break into my apartment and piss on my bed? I'm mad at you. Do you guys hear this? She also like sings, like she has her AirPods in so she can't hear me. I'm mad at you, baby. All hours of the day, like literally 4 a.m. Anyways, guys, please give me advice. I really don't know what to do about this situation. I'm really scared for like my life and my health. I'll tune in later, guys. Let me know if you want an update.
Storytime, how my girl best friend effed my talking stage. Y'all might be like, girl, it was a talking stage. No, girl, that was my future man's. So long story short, me and this girl met at this new school that I went to my sophomore or junior year, I'm not sure. But literally, I had met her because she was a new student, and I was like, you know what, like, I'm a big, I'm gonna try to comfort her, whatever, make her feel welcome. So I did. At the time, I was hanging out with these other 3 people, the girl, boy, and O. Keep in mind, O was the guy that I liked. So me and her got along pretty good, like she like, we all literally got along. Literally with all in that group, we all got along. I didn't see no motherfucking red flags, of course. Fast forward, I start telling her that like it's already been like a couple of months of us being friends, like I already trusted her, and I tell her like, girl, I really like this chupito ass looking girl was like, oh yeah, we look cute together, you should guys come to my house this weekend and we'll have fun. Mind you, this girl, when she means fun, she mean, and if you know what I mean, she like that booger sugar. So then I tell her, I don't know, like, I'm gonna have to ask my grandma. Mind you, my grandma did not like her, bro. I think she already knew. She had a good feeling about her, but my grandma was like, I don't like her, I do not like her, but I'll ask her the day of. So then that day of comes around, right? Like, when I tell you, I think I already said when that day came around, I literally begged my grandma, bro. I literally begged her. I literally cried at her. I was like, please, like, you don't let me go. Like, it's just gonna be a girl's night. Knowing damn well I was fucking lying. So literally after an hour or 2 of crying and begging to my grandma, she was like, okay, I'll let you go. But like, what the fuck did I get in my face? She's like, I'll let you go, but under one condition: there can't be boys there. Girl, G and O were gonna be there. So I told my grandma, no, like, it's just gonna be me and D. You know, we're just gonna have a girls' night and chill. So I literally texted D after that. I was like, girl, she let me go. She let me go, you know. Girl, I was so excited. Literally, I was too happy that, like, I was jumping up and down and stuff. And D was like, well, I got a drink here and I got a whole lot of stuff that we could have fun with, you know. And I was like, okay, cool, that's fine. So this is where things start to get a little you know what. So literally, I pull up to her house and I tell her, you know what, you gotta come talk to my grandma because, you know, like, so she could know we're not gonna do nothing wrong. This perra has the audacity to go tell my grandma and, like, hi and everything. Like, after what you did, you had it planned knowing damn well. So then I remember chilling at her house, you know, and she tells me, well, G is gonna show up, you know, like, we're gonna have fun, you know, G is coming and O is coming. And I was like, oh, O is coming? Okay, didn't really know. I thought he was joking. So literally, oh my god, bro, this is about to get nasty. So she literally starts hyping me up because she already had drank at the house, and she's like, no, here, and I was like, okay, whatever, you know. I didn't think much of it, so I'm like sipping it, and so other stuff was involved, and I was like, okay, whatever. Literally, we start blazing up, right? She's like, oh shit, G showed up. So G showed up and everything starts pulling off fine. We're all having fun at this point. Fast forward, O shows up. He gives me a big hug in front of her, okay? In front of her, keep that in mind. And O brings more bud and more drink, right? Right. So maybe like an hour or two had passed. Girl, I don't know. I was already cross as. If you see this, mom and dad, I am so sorry. And a couple more hours passed by. And girl, me and O are already feeling each other, you know? And literally, I started that same fucking day. I remember that clear as day. Like, somehow we spawned in Walmart. Like, that's what I remember. I remember parts of it, so, like, I can't fully tell the story correct because I remember, like, bits of it. I was in and out. And then somehow we spawned back at her house, right? Right. Keep this in mind. Literally, my grandma didn't tell me a specific time she was going to pick me up. So I tried to stay awake at the time, knowing damn well I was crossfaded. And me and O are cuddling. I fall asleep. I remember falling asleep in his arms. Okay, girl? And literally, this fucking D was like, oh, you guys look so cute. Date already. Date. You lying ass hoe. Like, how you a hoe and big as hell? Bro, literally, my heart drops because literally, I get a phone call. I remember her yelling like, oh my god, a phone's ringing. Somebody's outside. Bro, I panicked so hard because I was so crossed and it smelled like. So literally, D was like, oh my god, what do we do? I was like, I just remember telling her, like, give me pizza so I could, like, sober up a little bit, knowing damn well I want to fucking help at all. So then I was like, okay, oh, walk me to the door, you know, like don't let my grandma see you because she's not gonna let me come back. Bro, literally, we kissed in front of her. Keep this in mind, bro. Keep this in mind. I had a with me that day, okay? Remember, and O had lent me his battery, and I had left it in the girls' room, okay? Keep that in mind. So literally, I remember being effed up in my grandma's car on my way home. Like, I remember that. I remember her being like, are you okay? Like, her voice would, like, echo in a way, you know? I don't know what the fuck was wrong with me. So literally, the next day, girl, I wake up and I see this. O is right here. This is G, and I'm right there. You see me in between O's legs? She had covered me, bro. Like, what? Like, I know this turtle ass motherfucking bitch ain't do that. Bro, not just that. Only because I don't have the other screenshot. But, literally, I wake up and I see that and I'm like, what the fuck? I click onto the next story, bro. When I tell you my heart dropped to my toes, bro, to my toes. It was a picture of her and O kissing, bro. Like, kissing. I know her. What the fuck? Bro, when I tell you, I called both of these fuckers. I was like, D, why the fuck would you do this to me? I looked up to you as a sister, bro. I was crying to her, bro. I was like, how could you do this to me? Like, why did O do this? Like, we were fine yesterday. What the? And she's like, well, I don't know, girl, but like, if you don't want to talk to me over a guy anymore, it's totally fine. Girl, what the fuck? Not just that, bro. You literally posted up kissing him, knowing damn well me and him were booed up and shit, like the day before. Not even the day before, the same exact day, bro. Like, this is why I don't trust perros out here, bro. There's always one or at least one bitch out here trying to get me. So then I text O and I call O. Literally, he's not answering the phone. So then I call this other bitch again. This bitch was like, well, he's here, but I don't think he wants to talk to you. Bro, that literally broke my heart. Because, like, literally, y'all both ganged up on me, you know? That's effed up. Bro, not just that. They hung out on a Sunday. I was like, what the fuck? I have to see them on Monday, bro. Come to find out on Monday, my homeboy G tells me I was there. And they did not just kiss. They done fucked in front of me while I was in the same room asleep. Now, how more dirty can you be? You done took my man. You were my best friend. And you F him in front of our other friend? Like, what? But yeah, guys, I won't have time because I'm not done yet. But I try to make this story time more shorter because some lady was like, it's too much drama. Bitch, ain't nobody give a fuck, ho. Like, bro, I'm just doing something with my life at this point. Like, bro, but one more thing. I had seen them both at school. Tell me why she had dragged him into an addiction. I know, huh? Not just that, she was literally slobbering on him and kissing on him in class. What the fuck? That's fucking disgusting. And like, she thought she was making me mad the whole time. I'm just like,
types of people that literally scare me. I'm scared of those people that get so aggressively angry whenever we play board games. It's like you move their piece and sorry, and then they send you a picture of your social security card. It's like, is it that serious? Don't let them hear it's just a game either. Those will be your last words. Next, I'm terrified of those people who put ketchup on literally everything. And I mean everything. Like, y'all could be at Olive Garden eating Alfredo and they're gonna ask the waiter for ketchup. Ketchup for what? Literally what? We have salad, Alfredo, and breadsticks. Do me a favor and put it down. I'm scared of people who are literally repulsed by the idea of using an umbrella. It could be thunderstorming out and I'm offering to share my umbrella and they're like, no, I'm good. Whole time they got a cotton hoodie over their head. Or worse yet, their backpack or their bag. Not only do y'all scare me, but y'all also piss me off because trust, when we get to our destination, y'all are gonna complain about being drenched like I didn't ask you to go under my umbrella 4 times. Next type of person that scares me are those friends who literally say the most out-of-pocket things while we're in public. It could literally be about the person next to us and they don't care. They don't care how loud they are. They don't care who they're offending. They don't care how mean it is. They just gonna say it. You just looking around like, I hope no one heard that. I'm scared of the people with a bad sense of direction that insist on being the ones with the GPS. Like, you and I both know that if you're the one reading the GPS, we are going to end up on the highway. And yet you still insist every single time. And this isn't an attack because I don't have the best sense of direction either, but I know not to be the one with the GPS. The next type of person that scares me are those people who are weirdly and passionately against using phone cases. You tell them like, oh, what happens if your phone drops, blah, blah, blah. And they're always like, no, I'm careful. Like, it don't drop for real. 3 days later, they're FaceTiming you on your iPad, showing you their phone, and it looks like it got run over. Like, what happened to all that you was talking? Next, I'm scared of the Uber Eats or DoorDash or Grubhub or whatever you like. The delivery people that like wait in front of your driveway for you to come and get your food, even though you press leave it at the door. It's like, I get it. You want to make sure I get my food, but it's like, trust me, I know it's there. I'm just waiting for you to leave. I be peeking through the window. Trust, no one's taking that food. Lastly, I'm scared of the people that ask you to do something and then they get mad at the way you did it, even though they didn't specify. What do you want from me? Sometimes if you want things done right, you gotta do it yourself. Like, I don't know what you want me to tell you. I'm not a mind reader. If you didn't specify, you have no reason to be upset. But we are finished. Deuces, deuces, and deuces.
The drama in my life right now isn't even mine. It's like the shit I overhear in the school bathroom, and now I'm like invested. Yesterday I was in there minding my business, doing my business, and these two girls come in, not to use the bathroom. What they were talking about was wild. Now, before I continue, I'm not judging. It's your life. You do you. It's just crazy to hear. Now, I know a decent amount of people in my grade and the grade below me. So, then these people I didn't recognize, so which means they were like freshmen, or maybe sophomores, but probably freshmen. So this one girl's like, oh my god, like I like your bracelet or like something. She gave her a compliment and she's like, thanks, like I got it yesterday. Oh, where'd you get it? And she was like, oh, I stole it. And I was like, oh, okay. Stealing is not that uncommon, so that wasn't the big shock. And then the other girl was like, oh, it's so cute, like do you think you could steal me one? The other girl was like, oh yeah, like I can steal it after school, like isn't your birthday soon? Like it can be a birthday present, we can like do it together. And I was like, oh my god, that's a really interesting way to bond. And then a third girl walks in and she's like, yo, not saying names, I got your shit. And then one of the girls walks away, and then the other two girls start making out. Again, you do you, like pop your pussy in the school bathroom, but they were like making out, and I'm sitting there like, it was, they start doing whatever they're doing, and I'm sitting there like, fuck, I can't leave the bathroom right now, that's like weird. So they finish sucking face, and one of the girls is like, okay, like I love you, bye. And she leaves the bathroom, and then another girl came in. I could tell because I was washing their shoes. Another girl came in and starts making out with the girl that was just making out with the other girl who just did the drug deal with the other girl. And they're like smacking on each other too. And then the new girl who just came in is talking about some like, oh, is your ex still bothering you? Like, God, she's so annoying. And the girl's like, yeah, she was just in here, like, stalking me. Like, it was so weird. I was like, oh, you, what? So then I come out the bathroom, because I've been in there for a really long time, and I'm like, I give her, like, the, like, smile, you know what I mean? And she was like, hi, and I was like, hi. And then I went back to class, and now every day I've been looking at everybody's shoes, trying to figure out who the fuck these girls were. Love you, and I will report back.
Good morning. I had a horrible shift at work last night, and I normally work Saturdays, but I wasn't scheduled. But today I'm actually not mad about it at all, because after last night, I don't know. Basically, there was a lot of shit that went down, but I'll tell you one thing that kind of pissed me off. So I had this table, and everything went fine. You know, they weren't like nice, but they weren't really rude. It was just whatever. And I, ran their card because they wanted to go home. And I accidentally, me and another server were running a card at the same time. So I ran the correct table. I just took the top slip from someone else's table. So I drop it off, and then I come back to pick it up, see if they need anything, because they're kind of like looking around. And they're like, this is not, like, they're mad as fuck. They're like, you need to refund us. Like, you ran us on the wrong table. Like, this is wrong. And I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, oh shit. I hate when that happens, because, it doesn't happen often, but every once in a while it's going to happen, okay? Especially because it was busy last night. Hold on. So it takes me all of 2 seconds to realize what happened. And I'm like, oh, like, I'm so sorry for the confusion. Like, I ran the correct, table. Like, your card is fine. I just grabbed the wrong piece of paper. And they are not picking up what I'm putting down. So I had to explain it to them 4 separate times until they finally were like, I just woke up, okay? Until they finally were like, oh, okay, whatever. And I was like, okay, like, have a good day. I'm so sorry about the confusion. So they leave, and after a while, they come back, and I see them, and they're like, don't even talk to me. They ask for a manager. And I'm like, oh, fuck my life. Like, not this shit again. And so my manager comes over to me, and she's like, what happened with this table? I explained it to her, and she's like, okay, like, they're saying that their bank statement is showing a charge for $90. Their bill was $60. I was like, there ain't no fucking way. I haven't even put the tip in yet. Like, I haven't even entered anything in the system. It's not even closed out completely. And she's like, okay, so basically, I don't really know what ended up happening, but my manager was like, it's not your fault. You did the correct thing. I don't know what's going on with them. And so I was like, okay, so that was kind of annoying. And then I had another table after that. It's this mom and dad, a daughter, another mom and dad, a daughter, and then probably their daughter's friend or whatever. And they're super nice. I go over, they already have drinks on the table, right? And these girls don't look a day over 16 years old, have drinks in front of them. They're frozen. And I'm like, okay, they're probably like virgin daiquiris or something, because like bitches do that a lot. I don't know. I used to do that shit. So the people at the table are like getting up and like walking around, because we have live music. It's kind of like that kind of vibe. And one of the husbands orders 2 frozen margaritas, and I'm assuming it's for his wife. Like, I have nothing to think like suspiciously at this point because I'm also busy and he has his wife there. She's just not at the table right now. I'm like, okay, so I bring the drinks over, running around still, and then come back. The drinks are in front of the guy and the woman, and he orders another 2, and I'm like, okay, come back, walking around. It's starting to die down in the restaurant a little bit, and I noticed that the drinks are now sitting in front of the girls, and I'm like, oh, hell fucking, I'm like, no. So they're already like halfway gone, so I'm not gonna fucking say anything. Like, I honestly, you could burn this entire place down with me inside of it and I wouldn't give a fuck, okay? But then I come around again and he orders another round, and at that point I'm like, okay, I know exactly what's going on here. No, ma'am. So I go back into the office because number one, all 3 of my managers were there, including the owner of the restaurant. I am not losing my job because you want your 16-year-old daughter to drink, okay? Like, because frankly, I personally don't give a fuck, but we could lose our liquor license. Any of my managers could walk by at any moment and I could just be done for it. Like, no. So I go to the office, tell my manager what's happening. She's like, okay, I'll come out. She makes it look like she makes it look like she's doing rounds. And then I come back to the table after and I'm like, oh, like, my manager was over here. Like, are you guys okay? Like, playing fucking stupid. And he's like, yeah, she said we can't order any more drinks anymore. And I was like, oh, like, I'm sorry. And then he looks at me and he's like, I wonder who ratted us out. Like, I don't think it was you. And I was like, so you're really deadass just gonna fucking tell me that you knew exactly what you were doing? I was like, bro. And like, the daughters weren't ordering things. They were waiting until I wasn't at the table to like drink out of them and like put them in front of them, because every time I came back, the drinks weren't in front of them until they got drunker, pretty much. But yeah, and there was like a lot of other shit going on just behind the scenes, and it was just not a good night. And Janelli also wasn't there, and she works today, and I'm not working today, so I'm waiting for that phone call to see how this goes. Sorry that was kind of long. I'm going to the bank and getting some food, but love you guys. Thank you for watching.
Get ready with me for day 1 of never seeing him again. As a lot of you guys have guessed, me and my boyfriend did break up, and last night was probably one of the hardest things that either of us have ever had to do. This is what I mean when I say don't trust social media, because our relationship has never been easy, and it's really hard to accept that when you're young and in love, but there comes a point where it's just too much, and honestly neither of us deserved the relationship that we were in. This is his shirt. Last night I was supposed to give him everything back, but I just needed a shirt. And last night was so hard because it was so good. You know, you love someone when in the end you both can just be mature and set aside your differences and wish each other the best and have like one last good everything, you know? Sorry, just give me a second. I need a cry break. I just woke up. I'm not allowed to cry anymore. But I got home at 2 in the morning because neither of us could walk away. Bruh. At the end of the night, after literally like 5 hours of just crying into each other's arms, like, you feel the love so much. It's so hard to accept that you can't keep going. We've tried before. We broke up about a year ago for like 4 months, and we both really got our stuff together, but at the end of the day, there just seems to always be a pattern. We're both just at the point in our lives where we can't risk it again. Like, yes, what if, but we just can't put ourselves through any more of that. And it's so hard because like you want to change, like I want to change, like I want to keep it going. I don't want anyone else. I'm genuinely being so for real. I do not want anyone else. I don't want to talk to anyone. I want him, you know? But at the end of the day, we were both trying to force each other to be the person that we obviously weren't. Especially me. I struggle a lot in relationships. I always have. And this was my first everything, you know? Like, he was literally my first everything. So I'm trying not to feel so much self-blame right now, but literally right now I just feel like it's all my fault, you know? At the end of the day, you know, it takes 2 people to burn a relationship to the ground, and it's never been easy. In the 2 years we've known each other, it really hasn't been easy. And it makes it so hard to let go because the goods are so good, but the bads are so bad. You hang on to the good things for so long, but there becomes a point where the pain it's not worth it anymore. My boyfriend broke up with me about a week ago, and honestly, I'm so thankful he did. I would have never done it, and it really is true in the saying, loving someone is letting someone go, because we both just have to let each other go so we can be happy. Yes, we make each other happy, but we also just hold each other back from so much. Not purposely, it's out of love, but we did just really love each other so much that we just kind of destroyed ourselves, you know? I have absolutely no ill will towards him. We both wished each other the best. It's just so hard because we didn't play the future card. We just said if it's meant to be, it's meant to be, you know? But it's just so weird thinking that, like, that could be the last time everything, you know. I never thought we'd have to say goodbye. That's what was so hard. And last time we broke up, you know, we just said see you later because we knew it was for each other, but we just can't keep going. And that's the reality. I wanted it to be him and he wanted it to be me, but at the end of the day, there's gonna be someone out there for you, regardless if it is gonna be me or not. Because I think it's just hard for us losing a person that's been through everything with them. The last 2 years of my life has been the hardest years of my life I've ever had, and he's been there through all of it. And same for him. We've just cried to each other. We laughed with each other. Like, he knows everything about me. I have a lot of stuff that goes on, and it's just scary to think that there's, like, not a person out there that knows me the way he did. You know, I don't want to restart. And I know I didn't have to come on and post any of this or talk about any of this, but I know how hard it is to leave toxic relationships because we've never been able to. I need to heal, he needs to heal, and I want to document that process, whether it just helps me or it helps other people. This is something that's real, and it's something that people ignore and overlook. It's gonna be a roller coaster. Some days are gonna be really, really hard, and some days are gonna be really good and distraction filled. And I have so many big things coming, and I'm gonna look at them as healers and not distractions. And I just hit 1 million yesterday, and that's the day me and my boyfriend left. He's been there from the start. He's been there from before all of this, and it's always just been that, like, marker that we were, like, so ready for. And I hit 1 million yesterday, and we were both so happy. Anyway, I'm ready, and I'm gonna try and clean today. I just really hope you guys are understanding my emotions right now. It's gonna be so on and off. Some days I might be in my healing era, some days I might be in my sad girl era, and I have no idea how I'm gonna cope with this yet. But I am gonna be honest on my platform because this is genuinely one of the hardest things I've ever had to go through, and I know there are so many people going through it. Especially at this age, toxicity is so hard to walk away from, but at the end of the day, everyone can do it, and I want you guys to see me come out of this a better person. I love him with my whole heart. I'm sorry, the waterworks. But I could not be more thankful that we were both mature enough to last night to have one last good night and just say our goodbyes and show each other the love that we've always had and be able to leave with no regrets. I feel like we both got the closure we needed, and now it's time to start healing. So hopefully this helped you. Maybe it didn't. I'm gonna go clean my room and stuff. I hope you guys have a great day. Peace out. Love you. Bye.
So when I was in high school, I was friends with this girl. For story's sake, we'll call her Hannah. So it was like near the end of our senior year. I had gone and driven to Hannah's house, and it was just me and her. We were just hanging out, whatevs. And she starts talking about how she wants to go to this party that these kids at our school were throwing. This location was called The Barn, and it was a literal barn that this kid would throw parties at, right? So I had never been to the fucking barn ever in my life. I never had fucking planned on going there, solely based on the fact, so the friend group that would throw parties at the barn, I didn't agree with the ideology. Frankly, I didn't even like any of them as people either. So I was like, fuck no, I'm not fucking taking my ass there. But she wanted to get her ass in there so bad just so she could talk to her ex-boyfriend that she has been on again, off again for how many goddamn years. And at this time, he was with a completely different bitch, you know? So in my head, I was like, there's so many things wrong with this situation and so many things that could go even worse. So me being me, just trying to please my friends, I was like, fine, we'll go, but I do not want to stay long at all. Like, just do what you need to do. Like, we need to be there like an hour max, maybe 30 minutes max. So I had hit up like 3 of my other friends to come with us because, like, again, like, I don't really know anyone at this fucking party, not really friends with any of them, don't like most of them. So yeah, they come with us, they pick us up, we arrive at the fucking barn, and the first thing we see is this kid fucking walks out of the barn and comes up to us and starts critiquing what my friends are wearing. Like, what the fuck is this? Are you a goddamn bouncer? And he's like talking to my friend like, I don't like the shoes you got on. Like, bitch, get the fuck back where the fuck you were. Do you, like, ugh. And immediately I was like, oh my god, I literally want to go home, but we press forward. So then my other 3 friends start talking about how they want to leave after like 30 minutes, maybe an hour passes. They're like, they want to leave. People here are fucking weird. They're giving them a hard time. They don't like them. And they just want to go home. And I was like, bitch, fuck yeah, like, I want to fucking leave, you know? So I'm talking to Hannah, like, all of us are talking to Hannah. We're like, okay, like, I think that was enough. Like, we should go. Hannah didn't get a chance to talk to her boy yet, so she didn't want to leave, obviously. She started asking me, like, do you think we can just find another ride and you can stay with me and they can go? And I was like, me being people-pleasy again, I was like, sure, like, we'll just find a different ride. And then I told my other 3 friends, like, okay, it's fine, you can go, and we'll figure it out, you know? which I don't know why the fuck I did that, because we weren't friends with anyone there. No one was gonna fucking take us home. So the night very unfortunately goes on, and then she ends up talking to her boy, and I'm like, fucking finally, now we can almost be fucking done, you know? So, like, they leave me to go talk. I'm like, whatevs, private conversation, don't really care. But I'm by myself, so don't know anyone, by myself. So at this point, they were gone for a while, and I was like, fuck, I'm literally so over this. Like, how long is this gonna fucking take? And I had went to where they were talking. They were, like, in the back of the barn, fucking back of the barnyard. And I go up to them, I'm like, hey, guys, like, what's going on? Can I join you guys? Because literally, the whole entire time they were talking, I was, like, walking around this kid's fucking house. Like, literally a stranger's home. I'm just walking around, looking around, went in the barn, went inside their house, and I was like, wow, this is nice, you know? Hannah then tells me, she's like, the conversation's, like, really private, like, can you, like, go somewhere else? And I was like, fine, because I have nowhere else to go anyways. So I did what I was told, trying to fucking, like, help my friend, and I just sit on this kid's fucking porch by myself, and I'm like, whatever, I'll just wait. And then this girl comes up to me, and she's fucking, like, stumbling all over the place, and I'm like, oh my god, what the fuck? And she, like, grabs onto me and everything, and I'm, like, trying to help her up and everything. And I ask her if she's okay, and she's, like, telling me all the shit she was doing and everything like that. And I looked at her face, and I was like, oh, my God, this girl, it looks so young. And I asked her, and I'm like, hey, how old are you, by the way? And she's like, oh, I'm in 8th grade, like, I'm 13. And I told her, I was like, bitch, we are literally seniors, like 17, 18-year-olds. And I was like, dude, I should have known. I should have never fucking come here. And I was telling the girl, I'm like, oh my God, what you need to do, you need to call your mother. You need to go home. I don't care how much trouble you're going to get in. You cannot be here. And at that point, I was so fucking uncomfortable. So then I went back to Hannah and I was like, please, can we like go? I'm so uncomfortable right now. Literally a fucking preteen came up to me just now. And she continues to like shoo me away because she's still talking. So I'm getting fucking irritated. So I walk into the house, like fucking storm into this person's fucking house, and I see a girl that I have like fucking art class with, you know, and I start talking to her. I'm like, hey girl, like, how you doing? Blah, 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 blah. And she's like, hey, like, blah, 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 like, oh my God, I didn't think you'd be here, you know, like, you know how bitches be, you know? So I'm talking to that girl, and then all her little cheerleader friends come over too and start talking to us because they were all going home together. And that's when I slip in. I'm like, hey guys, like, real talk, like, do you think I can catch a ride with you guys? Because, like, my friend is still talking, I have nowhere to go, and, like, I'm literally, like, just stranded here. And they're like, girl, of course you can come with us. So I'm like, thank God they were fucking there that night. So then I walk back to the porch, and, like, the fucking little girl is, like, on her phone and everything like that. She's like, my mom's gonna come pick me up. Okay, I sat there, and I waited for her mother to come get her, and I talked to her mother. I didn't even know the fucking girl's name, but I was like, I don't know why she's here, but people here are older, and these people are weird, and I'm trying to leave. She needs to go home. So her mom took her home, and then I went to go find Hannah again. I'm like, Hannah, I'm leaving because fuck you, to be honest, for making me do this. Yeah, I'm obviously mad at her, and I just tell her I'm going. And then I leave with all these fucking, like, cheerleader girls. And I tell them to drop me off at Hannah's house, and I get there, and right when I get there, it's fucking 3 a.m. at this point. Hannah then calls me, and she's like, can you please pick me up? And I told her I was irritated, and I was like, dude, I've been wanting to leave for literally hours, because we got there at what, maybe 10 o'clock? It's 3 a.m. Before I left too, I literally asked her, I'm like, is it okay if I go? Like, even though I'm fucking angry, I'm like, is that okay though? You know what I mean? And she's like, yeah, I'll figure it out. She didn't figure it out, so she just asked me. So she made me drive fucking like 20 minutes back, because she was mad at me and everything, and I can't deal with people being mad at me before. So I got her, I dropped her off at her house, and I fucking took my ass home, finally. Moral of the story is, it's okay to have boundaries, and you should be able to say no. And that if you are friends with someone who is constantly pressing you for their own benefit and doing things only for their benefit, yeah, stop being friends with them, girl.